Designing dramatic and challenging combat encounters is something a lot of new DMs struggle with. This is a method that is quick to apply and will work with any TTRPG system that has complex combat. Here's what you do. The first step is to choose an opponent to be the focus of the encounter. I'll call it Monster A. Maybe you have a monster book that you want to pull a creature from, or maybe this is a named NPC that you've been role-playing for a while. You can choose anything for this step. Now you're going to imagine how a generic party in an empty room is going to quickly take this enemy down. Let me give you an example. My Monster A is going to be this Space Outlaw. For the sake of brevity, let's say he's got a big bonus to Pistol Arrow, but a very bad Kinetic Armor class. My generic party of Space Bounty Hunters will include Gun Lizard, Sword Girl, and the Psychic. And now, here's how they're gonna do the quick kill. Because he has such bad defense versus bullets and swords, Gun Lizard's gun and Sword Girl charging in on rocket boots and hacking him will chip through this guy's hitties in just 2 rounds, long before he will be able to Pistol Arrow anybody. It's not going to be a very climactic fight, but that's okay, because we're about to introduce some obstacles for the generic party. What we want to do is give Space Outlaw a soft counter to each of the quick kills he has to worry about. Our easiest to apply tools are going to be Terrain, Hazards, and Monster B. In order for the Outlaw to hide from the Gun Lizard's bullets, we need some terrain, so we throw down several crates. And Sword Girl is best and most cheaply countered by a handful of local thugs with a mix of cheap melee and ranged weapons. The thugs are Monster B. Since she has rocket boots, let's also add in a hazard. They must have used a grab hook to move all those crates, so let's add one in. If one of the thugs operates this bad boy, he can yank her right out of the sky. Okay, we've shored up the Space Outlaw's most obvious weakness, and now we must run the encounter again. Sword Girl can no longer charge right at him, both for fear of the grab hook and because if she does, then the Psychic will be swarmed by thugs. She will now need to spend a few rounds killing thugs and tanking. Gun Lizard has a lot more targets now and a lot more damage that needs to be dealt. The cover will also make it harder to hit and give Space Outlaw an opportunity to reposition, and that will serve to extend the fight for another 2 rounds, probably. The Psychic, who previously stood around and did nothing for the sake of efficiency, now has to open up their tool chest of battlefield control powers and contribute to the fight. As the others have a chance of getting overwhelmed without their help, this gives them an opportunity to shine. At this time, it is up to you to decide if your fight is good enough. If it is not, you can add more soft counters, but be careful of making your encounter too complex to run. It can be really effective to add reinforcements that show up in round 3, just add more Monster Bs. You can also slide Monster A some healing items or add a Cleric Lieutenant to the fight, but don't overdo this. You may feel like the Gun Lizard and Sword Girl might take 3 rounds to kill some thugs, but your party is going to make short work of them because of X magic item ability or whatever. And that may be the case, but unless the PCs are a known quantity to the bad guys, it's important to perform all these steps with a generic party so that you don't neutralize the cool gimmicks that make your PCs special. You now have an encounter that will challenge your players and offer emergent drama. I encourage you all to try this method. It's very flexible, and really anything in the game system you're playing can be used to slow your players down if you stretch your imagination far enough. If you have any questions about this or Game Master topics, please leave a comment and I will try to answer or make a video about it. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.